Okay, so this is a request by Alicia on how to model this particular lampshade. So let's take a look at this, and we can see that this lampshade is made out of several very basic shapes. Okay, one is a flattened cylinder along the wall, another cylinder here, then another thinner cylinder which you can extrude, then using the wedge tool, right, to create this pipe work here. Then two more cylinders here, then cylinder sticking out, then another cylinder on the end, then a tiny sphere connected to a ball socket here. And then this shade here also can be built from a cylinder. Then finally we have the light bulb, which we can also modify from a sphere. So by studying this right straight away, I know all the basic objects that I need to create. So let's start by creating the wall mount first with a cylinder. So that cylinder is flat. I don't want to use too many segments, so I'm going to use maybe a 12 segment cylinder, then small height like that. Then I will select the edge, go over the edge mode, double click. Oh, sorry, not double click. Can I double click on this? Yeah, double click, then the edge is selected, then I'll bevel this. Give it about 2 segments. 2 should be enough, and then reduce the fraction. If you press number 3 on this, it should subdivide nicely. But the bottom right is not hard enough. So I want to select the bottom faces, holding down to edge, tab, then paint select the bottom faces, make sure only the bottom faces selected, and delete them. So this will be the wall mount. So the wall mount, I'm going to stick this in rotate, E rotate, hold down J, then rotate it 90 degrees. So this will stick at the wall. Okay, then we will have another cylinder, right, that will come out from the sides here. So I'm going to borrow the same faces here, tab, and then select these faces. Then I'm going to create my cylinder from here. So I'm going to use the edit mesh. I'm not going to extrude, but use the to extract another new face here. So over here under the edit mesh, right, there is this thing called I believe it's duplicate, right? So duplicate. So when you duplicate, right, what you do is you basically create 2 objects. Right now I got another face that I've actually duplicated from the original, and it has become a separate object. All right, so this object, I'm going to scale it down. This will be, sorry, this disc here. This disc over here is sticking out. So actually you got 2 pieces now. I'm going to get them out of this group. So in the outliner, right, select these 2, middle mouse click and drag it out. We can get rid of this parent group. So now we have the disc, and then I'm going to call this the mounting, or rather the support beam. Then this one will be the mounting plate. Then support beam, right, just scale it down and move it out. You notice that the pivot point, right, is still using the original one. So I'm going to center the pivot, and I'll scale it down some more until it's roughly, let me refer to the reference again, after roughly about the size of this, the pipe here. Now I'm not going to do the main cylinder here. That one I can create another one first. In fact, yeah, maybe I'll just create the pivot point right from this cylinder. So go over to edit mode, select all the faces, use move and do a quick extrude. Okay, and then we're going to insert one edge loop. We're going to cover the faces at the bottom here. In fact, this one seems that it's been extruded once before. Okay, this one looks very strange. Let me check. We're going to select all the faces here using tab. See whether it's okay. This is very weird. There's only one edge here. So anyway, for this particular area here, let me go to level 1. Holding down to tab and then select these faces. We can also bevel it. Okay, the amount, right. Okay, I think there's something wrong with this shape here. So once I extruded this cylinder in level 1, I'm going to center the pivot, freeze the delete the history and freeze the transformation. So hopefully now, if I go over and I'm going to select the edge loop here and see whether I can bevel this properly. Yeah, now it works. So sometimes, right, you need to do this freeze and delete history operation, right, before you can do the bevel properly. So I don't know what went wrong just now. I'm going to use a small value, 0.05, then maybe 2 segments. Do the same for the other side. Bevel. And you can see that I still can't bevel. There's something wrong with the edges here or the faces here. So I'm going to delete away all of them, all the faces here. Use the tab, holding down the tab and pane select, and then I'll delete this away. Then reconstruct the faces again. Fill up the hole. Then apply the bevel again. So sometimes you have to do this, right, to reconstruct. 0.05, use a very small value for the fraction, and then now we should have the what do you call that, the disc or the pivoting disc for the lamp, like that. Oops, I don't want to duplicate another one. I just want to rotate this. Hold down the J to snap rotate it like that. Yeah. So this one just sticks over to the side here like that, right? Just like what we see in the reference here. The next part is very simple. We are going to duplicate this structure here. So holding down the shift, and then we're going to duplicate this, and then from this, right, we're going to create our pipe work. So I'm going to go to scale, non-uniform, scale it until it becomes a thin pipe like that. Then I'm going to use my freeze transformation again, delete history, freeze transformation, center pivot. Then I'm going to align these two together, go to select, shift select these two, modify, align. Then use the align tool to make sure that they are lined up in the center. So it's already lined up in the center here, but it's not lined up to the center. Yeah, right now it's lined up in the center. Okay, that's fine. Then now I can get out of the align tool. Then I can press W to move and get the supporting beam out first like that. So from this, right, I will create my, I'll select these two, shift select these two, I put this one here. Then I will create my the lamp structure like that. Okay, it seems that it's a little bit thicker, so I'm going to increase the diameter. So select this, go to scale, and scale it thicker like that. Right. Then I'm going to freeze transformation again, and we'll continue to extrude this face over here to form the what do you call that, the main structure. So using quick extrude, just holding down the shift, and then we can extrude one section here. And then remember, this one is the right view, so, oh sorry, this one is the back view now. Okay, so I'm looking at the back view. Then I will need to create a cube over here to act as the what do you call that, the wedge axis. So I'm going to create a cube. Or you can create a plane, doesn't matter, but I'll create a cube. I think it's easier to see. I'm going to place the cube right about maybe here. Let me take a look at the reference again. Yeah, it's actually quite close. So maybe I'll just put it right about here. I need to borrow the edge of this cube. Okay, I need to push this back. I need to borrow the edge of this cube, right, so that it will wedge properly. So if you still remember your wedging tool, okay, first we need to go to multi-selection mode so that you can select the face. Okay, we need to actually select both of the object, then right mouse click, go to multi mode, select this face, then I'm going to shift select this, and I don't know why I cannot now go to multi. Let me try one more time. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so make sure that both objects are selected and you are in multi-selection mode. Select the face of this pipe first, then move your cursor until only the edge is highlighted, then holding down the shift to add on to the selection. Then now we can use shift right mouse click and then wedge the face. Then the angle is wrong, it's minus 90 degrees, and it should be wedging out this way. We need maybe more divisions. I'm going to use 6 instead of 4. Then from here we can extrude, use a quick extrude, move, shift, and then extrude it out. Now we have this additional pipe work here. Take a look at the reference again. So this one extends out fairly long until it reaches about 2 times the length of this. So I'm going to increase the length right about here. Take a look at the reference again. Okay, so now this one, it is connecting to 2 discs. Okay, there are 2 discs at the end, so this one should be quite easy to model. So again, in order to save time, I'm just going to borrow this and shift duplicate this and just create 2 pieces. In fact, just give an illusion that it's 2 pieces, right? I will use a multi-cut tool and middle mouse cut here, and then I will go to select, double click this edge loop and bevel, and then use the fraction to reduce the edge here. Then select the face loop, okay, and then extrude it inwards, pulling along the blue arrow to push it inwards. Okay, and after that, I'm going to use shift and full stop to increase selection so that the faces are all selected. Then I will apply bevel. So bevel again, use a very small value, 0.01, sorry, 0.05. Okay, and then apply the bevel. Then I'm going to select the inner face loop and then apply the bevel again. 0.05. Yeah. The reason is so that when I press number 3, it will subdivide nicely. Okay, so it creates this shape like that. Okay, I got some weird subdivision going on over here, so I'm just going to cheat and hide it. Rotate upside down. Holding down the J and then rotate it upside down. Okay, so now I got this piece here. I'm going to push it up and then attach it over here. Let's take a look at the reference again. Yeah, so it's tilted a little bit, slightly. Tilted slightly to this side. Now, if you want to be very precise, these 2 pieces should be separated. I'm going to scale this up a little bit more. Yeah, it's actually tiltable, and I think I need to scale this even bigger. This one should be outwards a little bit, like that, offset a bit until it is joined over here. Okay, maybe the angle here, I'm going to zero this out. Yeah, like that. So the other piece, right, will be connected to the lamp over here like that. So this one goes up like this. So again, I'm going to save time. I don't want to go and extrude out another pipe again. I will just duplicate this and I will just get rid of the faces that I don't need over here. Use a shift full stop to increase selection until it reaches the end and then delete away. So now we have a straight pipe. Now you don't have to worry about the open hole here because we can just plug it here and then nobody will see it. Okay, so I will center the pivot first, then press D to go to pivot editing mode and bring the pivot all the way to the end, and then press D again. I'm going to rotate this, holding down the J, snap rotate, E to rotate, then J, holding down the J to snap rotate. Then I'm going to move this pipe here until it is connected to this. Remember what I said, that you don't need to model things that you don't see. Okay, so now I'm just going to parent this part here, this piece parent to this piece. So select this piece, shift select this piece, and then press P. Then select this piece and shift select this piece and press P again. Okay, so that we can do things like posing the lampshade like that. Then this piece over here, you can actually rotate it like that. See? Let me undo all the rotations. Okay. Then I will parent this piece to this piece here, press P, and finally this piece parent it to the base like that. Right, so that when I select this, the whole structure is selected. Okay, so now I don't need the cube anymore. I'll delete this. Let me save my work first. Call this bedside lamp. Okay, let's continue. What else do we need to do? So we need to create this, oh actually there's 2 of them here. we need to create this, the other end. So this one looks like a socket joint. Okay, it looks like another cylinder base here, and then there looks like a couple of sphere or one sphere. It looks like a single sphere to me. So if you want to make it look something like really like a socket joint, again, I'm going to select this piece here and duplicate it, which is this piece here. I'm going to shift and then clone this. I don't need this part here. I only need the circular piece. Then I'm going to stick it right over here on top. And then I think this piece is slightly smaller, so I'm going to scale it down. So this will be our socket joint. And I think now I can use this angle here to create the socket. So the socket is just a sphere. So I'm going to create a sphere. And I'm going to align it to the socket here. So you can use the snapping tool, right? Sometimes if you want to quickly get this to match, use the snapping tool. I'm going to try snap to surface or mesh object. Then you press move, and then when you move the object in 3D space, right, it should snap to any surface. Okay, this one is not working. I'm going to try to use snap to vertex. Yeah. So when you move to the surface, you can see that now it has snapped to the vertex of this object. Now we can turn off the snap to vertex. Then I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees. Just want to make sure that it follows the topology, like so. So now we have a, okay, this part is not, okay, let me just get rid of the rotation here. Press Alt 5 to turn on your wireframe, and then I'm just going to increase the size of this sphere so that it looks like a ball and socket joint connected over here. And yeah, I'm just going to leave the whole sphere over here. Then again, we're going to create another pole. I think there's another extra pole. Oh no, there's no pole. There's straight away the lamp already. Okay, good. So the lamp is quite straightforward. Okay, there is a column, right, or column that sticks out from here. So I will select this central vertex, holding down the control right mouse click to faces, so that central faces is selected. And I'll press shift full stop to increase section one more. Then holding down the shift while in move mode. Okay, W to move. Shift, then grab the blue arrow to extrude one small section. And holding down to shift, and then we can quick extrude. So this one will connect to our light bulb. Now these faces we don't need anymore, we can delete them away. Now to create the lampshade, we just need to start off with, well, actually I can create a lampshade from these faces here alone, or rather these edges alone. Okay, I just want to create everything that's connected. So with these edges selected, you can hold down to shift and then extrude out the edge like that, all the way here. Then scale it up so that we have this shape like that. Then for the rest of the lampshade, right, we just use multi-cut. Okay, I'm gonna put one in the middle here, another in the middle here, then middle mouse click here like that. Then to reshape this, use select, double click, scale this up, double click, scale this up, double click, scale this up, until you get the lampshade that you want. And I think I can still extrude another portion here. Then press R and then scale it up. Okay. Then this portion, if you want it to be rounder, then you need to insert more edge loop. Then use the select. Then gradually scale up right until you have a curved look like that. So this one you have to eyeball this. Okay, I'm going to insert a couple of more edge loops here so that later when I subdivide this, right, it's going to look like the lampshade that I want. So if I press number 3 now, yep, it's pretty good. Okay, so now to create some fake thickness, we will just select this edge, right? Shift right mouse click, then extrude the edge, and extrude it inwards. Okay, let's go to level 1 to see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna repeat again. Press G to extrude, and then push. This time, push this edge back inside. So this was to create a fake thickness. I don't want to generate too many extra vertices. That's why I'm doing this. So if you want, you can actually push this in even further, but remember to scale this down. Okay, so now we have this fake thickness over here. Then we need to bevel the faces here, these faces. Then we need to bevel it, maybe 2 segments, then reduce the fraction, so that when I press number 3 to subdivide this, now you can see we have a nice shape. Right, and then we can finally close up this hole here by extruding now another edge, just a tiny bit first, then press G again, and then extrude it all the way until it covers the inside. Okay, you can push this back in like that. So we can create our own internal thickness. Then we can now create our light bulb. Now for the light bulb, okay, I'm going to use this shape, duplicate this, because remember I got this sphere over here. So I'm going to convert this sphere into a light bulb, and I don't need these faces over here. So I'm going to drag a box over the faces and then press press delete. Okay, X is actually for Blender, not Maya. So select this edge here, and pull this, holding down the shift and extrude another portion. This will be our light bulb. Okay, so nobody is going to see this empty face here, that is fine. So now we're going to reshape this to look like a light bulb. Very simple, just select the vertex here, press B to turn on soft selection. Okay, and then just need to move forward. Okay, depending on your curve profile and also the influence size. Holding down the B, middle mouse click, we're going to select this portion here. Then we're going to drag it forward. Then scale it up. Then drag forward a bit. So now we got something like a light bulb. Okay, this area here, right, this edge I need it to be narrower. Then holding down to B, middle mouse click, and adjust the value. Then use scale to scale this down to create our light bulb. Okay, this one I think I will get out of the soft selection mode. And again, just eyeball this until I get the light bulb shape that I want. Okay, then press number 3 to see. Okay, I think this is good enough. Then I will rotate this 180 degrees, holding down the J, and rotate, and then push this back into the socket. This bulb needs to be bigger. I'm going to scale this up, and freeze transformation, delete history, and stuck it in. Then we have our light bulb. I think it can be bigger some more, like that. Okay, nice. And yeah, essentially we are done. So for the cable, okay, cable over here, you can see there is okay, my design deviates slightly from this, but you can go and change the design a little bit. And also the socket seems to be coming not from the back but at the bottom. Okay, we can fix that. So we can let me just bring these out first, and I'm going to detach this lampshade. So select these faces. Let's go to level 1. Shift full stop to increase selection. Then until it's selected all the way to the faces here. Then go and edit mesh and separate, or actually detach. So once you detach it already, right, this element, right, should be separate from this socket here. Then I will go to mesh separate. Okay, so it becomes a separate object. Center the pivot here. Now we need to cover the faces here. Select this hole, shift right mouse click, fill hole. This edge here, double click, fill hole. Actually no, this one no need to fill hole. This one I just need to move it out so that I can connect this. Control delete the edge loop, control delete the edge loop to dissolve it. because what I wanted to do is to select this object and then rotate it 90 degrees downwards. Oops. Holding down the J, and then I didn't want to clone it 90 degrees downwards. Then I will connect it to this joint over here. So I'm going to parent this one, this piece to this piece, P, so that now when I rotate the socket, okay, the socket, right, the rotation center should be about here. So I'm going to press D, move it right about here, so that when I press E to rotate, I can rotate out the bulb like that, like this. Okay, and before I do that, I should align the bulb back to the lampshade first. So I'm going to hold down the J while in rotate mode, rotate it 90 degrees, then move it into the center like that. Just going to plug this in, just eyeball this, then shift select this lampshade and parent it. So name all your objects properly. So this sphere is no longer a sphere. This one is the lampshade. Okay, this one is the light bulb. This is the lamp socket. Oh, sorry, this is not light bulb. This is the lampshade. And then this is the light bulb. Okay, I'm going to get it out of these transform nodes, so we can select the whole hierarchy in outliner, middle mouse click and drag it out. Then I think I have to do the parenting again, so no problem. Light bulb, middle mouse click and drag over the lampshade. Lampshade, select, middle mouse click and drag it over the lamp socket. Okay, so right now we recreated our hierarchy again. Okay, the light bulb is actually quite close. Now, if you want to move the object, right, in its local axis, double click on the move tool, change it from world to object. So now I can just easily push it back like that. Otherwise, right, if you try to move it along the global axis, right, it will be quite hard. All right, finally, we got this done already. So for the cable, you want to create a simple cable, right? You just need to select this face here, go to the right view here, then using Shift and then quick extrude. Okay, move and then Shift and quick extrude. Move, then must rotate also, otherwise you lose the volume. Shift and then quick extrude, rotate again. Then go to move, then holding down the Shift and quick extrude and connect it back to the lampshade. So if I press number 3 to divide all of this, you can see it become a nice looking cable. Now these vertices, I can move it out some more. Now at the end of this, right, there is also a bunch of faces which I don't need. Like there's let me just move this back. There's a single face over here I don't need. I will just select this face, delete it away, then go back to the vertices and then reconnect them into the socket like that. So you can go and rotate your vertices like that to realign. So now we have our cable, right? And but of course, if you rotate this now, right, the cable will start to fall out. Okay. And I think essentially that's it. This is how you create this particular lampshade, right? And you can rotate it this way. Okay, right now I want to parent this whole hierarchy. This hierarchy, Shift, select, and then press P. So right now this whole hierarchy is now posable. Whoops, why is this not following this? This one should be parented to this. Yes, okay. Now, see, I can adjust this. I can pose this. And then make sure you select the correct socket. And you can roll. Oops. You see this? You all know what happened? Because of I did not freeze the scale. That's why it's inheriting the weird scale from this object here. Okay, so let me unparent it again and Alt P. Okay, I should have freeze the transformation. Yeah, so now I should be able to, now this one, I need to unparent all of this again. Alt P. Select this object here. Okay, let me just confirm that I can rotate. It's still inheriting this weird scale. So I'm going to delete the history and freeze transformation. Maybe it's this one. Let me check. Yeah. So this object here got a weird scale. That's why it passes down all the weird scaling to this. That's why the freezing, the transformation is so important. Okay, I'm going to try that one more time. Yeah, now it's working. All right. So if you see your scale start to go haywire, right, go down the hierarchy and check. All right, so that now you can pose your lamp. Okay, so that's how you create this particular lamp shape or bedside lamp. And it's all, you can press number 3, everything will subdivide nicely. Okay, I'm going to save this. And that's it. I'll stop the video now.